Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Iron Card Gaming. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with the channel. Without further ado, let's get into the cards. Alright guys, so the first card we have up is Drytron Alpha Thubin, Attribute Light, Level 1, Machine Effect, Attack 2000, Defense 0. Its effect reads, cannot be normal summoned / set, must be special summoned from the effect of a Drytron card. You can tribute one other Drytron monster or one ritual monster from your hand or field. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can add one ritual monster from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except monsters that cannot be normal summoned / set. The turn you activate this effect, you can only use the effect of a Drytron Alpha Thubin once per turn. So basically, you can send a card from your hand, whether it be a Drytron monster or a ritual monster, and you can special summon this to the field. Next, we have Drytron Beta Rastaban. Its effect is, cannot be normal summoned / set, must be special summoned with the effect of a Drytron card. You can tribute one other Drytron monster or a ritual monster from your hand or field, special summon this card from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can turn one of your banished Drytron monsters to the graveyard. You cannot special summon monsters except monsters that cannot be normal / set. The turn you activate this card, you can only activate one of these, the effect of this card, once per turn. Basically, it's almost the same as Alpha, except you can return a banished card to your graveyard. Pretty effective. Next, you've got Drytron Delta Altais. Sorry if I butcher the names on some of these. Attribute Light, Level 1, Machine Effect, Attack 2000, Defense 0. Cannot be summoned, normal summon / set, must be special summoned with the effect of a Drytron card. You can tribute one other Drytron monster or ritual monster from your hand or field. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can reveal one ritual monster or one ritual spell in your hand, and if you do, draw a card. You cannot special summon monsters except monsters that cannot be normal or / set. The turn you activate this, you can only activate it once per turn. So this allows you to add a card to your hand by revealing a ritual monster, and you can special summon it from your hand or graveyard back in defense position. So, a lot of these cards, I'm assuming, are going to be being able to be special summoned off other Drytron monsters or ritual monsters. Next, we've got Drytron Gamma Eltanin, Light, Level 1, Machine Effect, Attack 2000, Defense. Cannot be normal summon / set, must be special summoned with the effects of a Drytron card. You can tribute one other Drytron monster or ritual monster from your hand or field. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can special summon one Drytron monster with 2000 attack from your graveyard except Drytron Gamma Eltanin. Sorry, like I said, if I butcher the names, I apologize. You cannot special summon monsters except monsters that cannot be normal / set. Turn you activate this, you activate it once per turn. So you basically get to special summon him out, and then get to special summon a second monster out. So these, like I said at the start of the video, these cards are going to give a whole new meaning to ritual monsters and how you get ritual monsters onto the field. Next, we got Drytron Zeta Aldalba. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, guys. Attribute Light, Level 1, Machine Effect, Attack 2000, Defense 0. Cannot be normal summon / set, must be special summon with the effect of a Drytron card. You can tribute one other Drytron monster or ritual monster from your hand or field. Special summon this card from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can add one ritual spell from your deck to your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except monsters that cannot be normal / set. The turn you activate the effect, and you can only activate this effect once per turn. So this one puts a ritual spell from your hand. So once he's special summoned, you can then add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. So that's pretty effective. And now moving on to the ritual Drytrons. This one's Drytron Meteonis Draconids, Draconids. Light attribute level 12, machine ritual effect, attack 4,000, defense 4,000. That's a massive beat stick if I've seen one for a ritual monster. You can ritual summon this card with Meteonis Drytron. With the card Meteonis Drytron, which I'm assuming is the ritual card for the Drytrons. Your opponent cannot target this card with monster effects if the total level of monsters used for its ritual summon are 2 or less. This card can attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls once each. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish monsters from your graveyard whose combined attack equal exactly 2,000 or 4,000, and target one face-up card your opponent controls. For every 2,000 attack of the total, send that card/cards to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Drytron Meteonis Draconids once per turn. So basically, this is the new system for ritual summoning. The original ritual summon method was, you got to match the level. This one, you got to match the attack. So, most of the Drytron monsters are, 2,000 attack. So 2,000, that's 4,000. And then you get to banish cards from your graveyard equal to 2,000 or 4,000. And then, depending if you banish one, or depending on the 2,000 attack you paid, you can either send 1 or 2 cards to the graveyard. That's pretty effective. Next one is Drytron Meteonis Quadrantids, another ritual monster. You can ritual summon this card with Drytron Meteonis. Your opponent cannot target this card with spell or trap cards or effects. You can only use the effect of the following. You can use each of the following effects of Drytron Meteonis Quadrantids once per turn. If the total level of monsters used for this card, for this ritual summon, were 2 or less, you can destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. That's pretty gnarly. If this card is ritual summoned, if this ritual summon card is destroyed, you can special summon a Drytron monster from your graveyard except Drytron Meteonis, Drytron monsters whose combined attack equal 4,000. So that's pretty cool. If he gets destroyed, you could special summon 2 Drytron monsters from your graveyard. So I'm assuming you can either summon 1 Drytron that equals 4,000 or both, but let me know if I read that wrong I think you can only summon just 2. Because it doesn't say, it says monsters, not monster. So that's pretty cool. It gets destroyed. It gives you 2,000 monsters. It's pretty dope. Then we got, for spells, we got Drytron Eclipse. It's a spell. Target 1 Drytron monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand during your main phase, except the turn that this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Drytron monster you control. It gains 2,000 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You can only use the effect of Drytron Eclipse once per turn. Now that's pretty beefy. Let's say you do Drytron Meteonis Quadrantids effect. You bring out 2 Drytron monsters, and then you pop Drytron Eclipse. Not only does that allow you to bring another Drytron monster out onto the field. Let's say you have Drytron Meteonis in your hand and you want to special summon him, you can burn the 2 and then you'll have 4,000 monsters on the board. That's pretty beefy. Next spell, we've got Drytron Nova. Special summon 1 Drytron monster from your deck, but destroy it during the end phase. You can only activate Drytron Nova once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters except the monsters that cannot be special summoned, normal summoned, or set the turn you activate this card. So it basically gets you a free body on the board, but straight from your deck. So, hopefully you can burn that to get into a ritual monster. Then, next we have Drytron Fenrir. Yeah, Fenrir. It's a field spell for the Drytrons. When this card is activated, you can add one Drytron spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except Drytron Fenrir. The activation and the activated effects of ritual spell cards cannot be negated once per turn. If a monster is normal or special summoned face up while you control a Drytron monster, except during the damage step, you can reduce that monster's level by 1 per 1,000 of its current attack. Its level by 1 per 1,000 of its current attack. So let's say, it's 3,000 and it's an 8-star. You basically, if I'm reading that right, you reduce its level by 1 per 1,000 attack. So you drop it by, 300, or you drop it down to 5-star instead of it being an 8-star. So I guess that kind of screws your opponent out of pulling off an XYZ or a synchro. For the rest of this turn, it's just for that turn. So, yeah, you can screw them over if they summon it on their turn. So that's pretty effective. Next card is Meteonis Drytron, which is their ritual spell for the Drytrons. This card can be This card can be used to ritual summon any ritual monster from your hand or graveyard. You must also tribute machine monsters from your hand or field whose total attack equal or exceed the attack of the ritual monster you ritual summon. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Drytron monster you control. It loses exactly 1,000 attack until the end of your opponent's turn, and if it does, this card is added to your hand. So this card not only summons you a ritual monster, but then if it's in your grave, you can target one of your Drytron monsters, have it lose 1,000 attack, and it goes back to your hand. And basically, this is the new way of summoning ritual monsters, because instead of using... it's only exclusive to... Oh, no, it's not. It's not exclusive just to Drytrons. You can use machine monsters to ritual summon any ritual monster, as long as their attack is equal to or greater than the attack of the monster you're trying to summon. So that's pretty dope. The only downside is, it's you would have to play it with Drytrons, because in order for you to use the second effect, you have to have Drytron monsters on the field so you can bring it back to your hand. So, it's still a really great card. You can use it for almost any ritual deck as long as you combine the deck with Drytrons. So let's move on to the next card, which is Drytron Asterism, which is a quick play spell. During the main phase, target one Drytron monster or one ritual monster you control, and one face-up monster your opponent controls. Your monster loses exactly 1,000 attack until the end of your opponent's turn, and if it does, destroy that opponent's monster. So basically, this gives you a free shot to, let's say they summon the monster, quick play this on the field, you lose 1,000 attack, and then, you bounce your opponent's cards. That'll be a huge disrupt, especially if they're comboing. Let's say you're playing Dinos or any other meta-relevant deck, and, you play this, you'll instantly throw off their combo big time. And then last but not least is the trap card for Drytrons, which is Drytron Meteor Shower. And basically what this card does is when your opponent normal or special summons a monster while you control a ritual monster, and that's just any ritual monster, not even a Drytron monster, you can trigger this effect. Negate the summon, and if you do, shuffle that monster into the deck. You can only activate Drytron Meteor Shower once per turn. Activate one Drytron Meteor Shower per turn. So basically, like I said, you know, this entire deck setup is able to, you know, be weaved into any other ritual monster deck you want to play, as long as you play the Drytron engine. And you know, these are the main cards that everybody is looking for or looking to get out of Genesis Impact. I know besides the collector rares, but at least for me, these are the cards that I would want out of Genesis Impact. I hope you guys all liked the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright guys, have a great day.